Today it was announced by IDW that they are going to be doing a massive Ghostbusters event, which is actually, when I heard it, I was like, oh my god, I've been waiting for this. And this is something I'm pretty sure those who've been reading the IDW Ghostbuster comics have probably figured would be in here. A lot of people would probably figure, yeah, that's probably where it was going, what was going to happen. And yeah, so the story is Ghostbusters crossing over. And yeah, it's one giant crossover event between the Ghostbuster teams, featuring the IDW comic Ghostbusters, the 80s cartoon Real Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters from Extreme Ghostbusters, and finally, the Ghostbusters team from the reboot movie. Yeah, it's literally almost every iteration of Ghostbusters all put together into one comic book event, which is actually really cool. And this is something they've been building to for a while. For those who have not been in the know with IDW comics, Ghostbusters have been doing a lot of self crossovers of late, and this was kind of the route it was going to go. It started with Kylie from Extreme Ghostbusters being a part of the IDW Comics universe and joining them as a character. And then, what was it? We had later on the Ghostbusters Get Real, which was the IDW comic Ghostbusters meeting the Ghostbusters from the 80s cartoon. And then recently, it was Ghostbusters 101, where the IDW Ghostbusters met the Ghostbusters from the movie, from the recent reboot film. Yeah, so I think this is really cool. I actually been enjoying a lot of these self-crossover comics, because in a weird way, it's almost like a Ghostbuster version of... Believe it or not, it actually feels like a Ghostbuster version of Turtles Forever. If you guys remember that animated film, Turtles Forever, where the 2003 Turtles teamed up with the 80s incarnation as well as the original Mirage comic incarnation. That's what it kind of feels like. It really does feel like Turtles Forever, but with Ghostbusters, which is funny because now we're having we're now on our second crossover with TMNT. So I'm really at peace with this. I think it's really cool. My question is, it wasn't a lot. From the news article I read, there wasn't really a lot of details on what was the big event that was going to bring all of the Ghostbuster teams together. In this, they didn't really specify, which is kind of like maybe they'll reveal more information because this is coming out in 2018. So hopefully they'll give out some more information, like next month or so, hopefully. Anyway, so like I said, I feel like the Ghostbuster comics have probably been some of the best Ghostbuster stuff we've had in a while. I mean, it even made in Ghostbusters 101, I really, as much as I didn't care much for the movie, it wasn't because of the all-girls team. I was open for an idea for an all-girls Ghostbuster team. I was just like, it's a bad movie. It's just a not good movie at all. So, yeah, I just didn't enjoy it, so that's why I was so open to the Ghostbusters 101 comic, and yeah, I was like, yeah, I wish I got this this for the movie instead of the comic. I really wish that's what I tongue-tied it again. I really wish I got this instead of the movie I got. Yeah. But also, as most of you guys don't know this, but the first time I ever did anything with Ghostbusters was Extreme Ghostbusters. That was actually my intro to the franchise. I didn't see the original 84 film. Why did I say 84? I didn't see the original film until I was like 12, 13 years old. And by then I had mostly seen Ghostbusters 2 a lot, before I saw the original Ghostbusters movie all the way through. That's how pathetic I was. Yeah, just imagine, you start with Extreme Ghostbusters, which is a sequel to an 80s cartoon, to a movie you've never seen, but you've seen the second movie of the franchise. Great job, Zilla. I know. Just wrap your head around that. So, the fact that we're getting the entire Extreme Ghostbusters team in here is really awesome. Now, my question is this going to be part from another multiverse, or is this going to be... Because, like I said, Kylie is actually in the IDW comic. So, my question is, so are they going to bring in the other guys via multiverse, or are they going to bring him via the comic, via naturally through the comics, because Kylie's already been a Ghostbuster in this continuity. But they haven't really, as far as I know, because I need to get back into reading these comics, is, the Extreme Ghostbusters team hasn't really had much focus outside of Kylie. So that was my thing, is that, I'm wondering how they're going to bring them in. I'm probably, I already know that how they're probably going to bring in, the Ghostbusters Get Real team, because that's just from another universe, and they already teamed up with them. And like I said, this was something that I think a lot of people were expecting from IDW from the get-go, after Ghostbusters after bringing in Kylie, and we were all kind of waiting for, what was to come next. So I think that was kind of the progression. And then when we got Ghostbusters Get Real, now I'm getting really tongue-tied here. It's been a long day, excuse me. But yeah, like I said, when we got Ghostbusters Get Real, which had the IDW comic version team up with the 80s cartoon, it was like, oh, okay, what's next? And then we got the comics teaming up with the reboot film team. And then it was like, okay, there's just one other logical place they could go, which was obviously this route. So I'm okay with it. Like I said, it's like Turtles Forever, but with Ghostbusters. And I'm really at peace with that, guys. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are excited for this, too. So you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of this? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.